I found this one to be this topic to be super, super important. And so we're going to jam on it today. Um, so I want you guys to type in the comments if you have ever, I just did a post on this, but hold on, I can't, hold on a second. There we go. Sorry. If you've ever told yourself one of these things. Well, actually, I'm sure that you all have, but like something as in like, I'm not good enough, or I can't do blank, or I'm not capable of blank, or I'm not a fill in the blank. I'm not a runner. I'm not this. I'm not that. Who's ever said that? And if you want to be even more transparent, you can even put like, what are some of the things that you do tell yourself in regards to those negative things that we're just going to fucking combat today. Nope, nobody's going to share anything. Of course you're not. Why would you? All right, well, whatever. I know you've all said it. I can't even find my chat screen. That's stupid. Chat? Okay. Well, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to go over 4 limiting beliefs that I hear a lot, and even I have said to myself in the past and still do. And then I'm going to give some strategies in order to overcome those. And then at the end of the Zoom, I'm going to give you actual action steps that I want you to choose one of them in order to do, because I always put something practical into the end. So the first limiting belief, you guys, is I am not good enough, or I am not fill in the blank, right? So a lot of times that this is derived from the comparison game. And I'm sure that you guys have all heard this, but like, comparison is literally the thief of joy, because I do, but I shouldn't compare myself to someone who is, okay, so hypothetically, there's multiple things in my life, but we can go on by being like, I, as a business owner, can look at someone that has been in business for 20 years and compare myself to their success, where they are in life, you know, where their business is, all the things, when I've only been open for 6. Or I can compare myself to someone's fitness journey of, you know, hypothetically, I'll use this, like last year, Jessie Johnson, she's one of our coaches. She's literally amazing. I wish she was on here. She is like, she does Spartans, and like she did 100-mile this year and all these things. And she asked us to do a Tough Mudder, which is legitimately a 5K. And I always tell myself, like, I'm not a runner. You know, I do hate cardio. I will never say that I like it. But it would have been really bad. And I did not compare myself to her, but it would have been really defeating if I compared myself at that starting point, where I really didn't run very often, to where she was. That is just not a fair comparison at all. So comparing yourself to others is not going to do any good for you. Let's just be that. Okay. So think of times where you say, and we hear this when girls come into the studio all the time, it's like, I'm not a runner, or because of my genetics, I can't lose weight, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Like, telling yourself you can't is not going to benefit you at all. So you need to start, the action step for that is literally finding yourself in an area where you feel maybe inadequate, but stopping the negative self-talk. And I've done a live on this too, where it's like, when you tell yourself I'm not, or I can't, or you know, look at yourself in the mirror and you start like having these negative thoughts, you need to consciously, because everyone's like, well, how do I change that? You have to literally consciously stop yourself in your tracks and reframe. I tell my kids to do it all the time, and I notice that I have to do it as well, is that you need to reframe and state it in a more positive way, right? So like, maybe I'm not able to run a 5K today, But did I get off my ass and go on a walk? Or I have a couple of clients that were doing couch to 5K. Okay. If you are seeing yourself progressing, then you actually are doing the action steps in order to get somewhere. So by telling yourself that you're not good enough, or I am not this, or I'm not that, you can be, you're choosing not to be. Okay. I did used to tell myself I'm not a runner all the time. I don't want to be, but if I wanted to be, I could be. All you have to do is put on some fucking shoes and go run. You are a runner. Or I don't lift weights. Bullshit. Come into the studio. Let me prove to you that you can pick up even 5-pound dumbbells, right? Or I'm too old. There's literally Jesse Johnson posts. Gosh, I hope I can find this. And I'm going to share it with you guys. There's this lady. Okay. No, it was a lady, but there's also a guy. I think Jesse posted a lady because, well, we like girls better. I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm going to share this guy with you. This guy, a Spartan race, you guys. The oldest guy to complete a Spartan race is 96 years old. 96 years old. Okay. So, like, to say I'm not old enough, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, you can. You're putting yourself into a comparison trap, or you're telling yourself that you are not able to do something. And if you tell yourself you can't, then you're not going to ever be able to. There's a lot of you on this call, a lot of you that have worked one-on-one with me, that you have proven to yourself that you are very well capable. And the reason and the way that you are doing that is you are shifting your mindset. I just made another post today about, like, instead of us trying to fucking lose weight all the time, why don't we focus on becoming stronger mentally and physically? Because it's not all about the scale, right? And so it's just like finding what limiting belief that you have. Okay, so that's number one. I went on a tangent about that one. So the next one is afraid of failure. And I have a feeling Amanda Oster is going to like put something in the comments, because I think that I've had either a post or a conversation or something where you did have a good question about this. But so a fear of failure is essentially these all kind of blend together, because fear of failure is like not allowing yourself to take risks because you feel that you're not good enough, or you might fail at those. So that goes along with having a fixed mindset. Fixed mindset are people that they see things black and white. It's like, if I don't get first place, or if I don't do this, then it's a failure. You have to be able to reframe and see things as, okay, for example, me and Courtney went to that, oh my God, the Fitness Wars. We got dead fucking last. Like we got so last. However, I trained my ass off for that, and I kind of knew going in that I was going to get last place. I did it for an experience, but like I could look at that experience and tell myself like I fucking failed. But instead, for me, because I do have a growth mindset, which I've worked my ass off for, is that instead of that, it's a learning experience. Like, this is where I was then, but goddamn, like, excuse my language, when I get back there next year, I'm not going to get last. Or even if I do, as long as I do better than what I did this year, that is success. That is putting one foot in front of the other. So you have to, like, without taking risks, which there are some of you on here that I am not telling your stories, but you have taken some extreme risks. And if you don't, and you're now reaping like the reward of that. And so if you just stay comfortable all of the time, that is a limiting belief that you are in fact afraid of failure. So the strategy in order for the failure. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Bye. But the fear of failure would be to reframe, instead of going from a fixed mindset to go to a growth mindset and seeing it as a learning opportunity, a growth opportunity instead of a failure, right? So getting last place or getting this, like, I teach my kids when they get dead last in sports, I'm like, good, fucking do better next time. Like, no offense, but like, that's what it is. You can sit and drown in the sorrows, or you can take the risk, get off your ass, and then be better the next time. And that goes, you guys, that goes with everything. It does not just go with fitness. That goes with, do you love the job that you're at? If you're not, I have a client that literally, like, she couldn't take the toxic environment, so she took the risk to quit. And even though she's not making more money now, she's so much more happy. Like, it's these things you have to like weigh the options, but you have to take risks. Sometimes it's a risk of walking into a gym. It's a risk of putting on shoes and actually taking that first run. Like, these are all risks that you have to take, and you get better at taking risks the more risks that you take, because you get so comfortable with being uncomfortable. That is success. Okay. Because if you are just comfortable being comfortable, you will never grow, not mentally, not physically, because you're just okay with where you are. Okay. That's number 2. Number 3, I don't deserve success. Okay. So this one is, this comes with low self-esteem. Like, you don't feel like, again, like, number 1, like you're good enough for it. And this is where we self-sabotage. I see people self-sabotage all of the time because they don't think they're good enough. And the other thing is like, gosh, if I change my ways and I become this higher self, which I want to be, then I can no longer give excuses for where I was. Let it sink in. If I, for example, if I lose this weight and I prove to myself that I can be stronger, I can get my ass in the gym, I can eat healthy, then I don't have any other excuses to go backwards. And so we are afraid of also succeeding because we want to remain in this comfort land of like, well, I can give excuses of like, dude, my kids are in so many sports. I'm, oh, someone's jumping in. I'm so busy, like all of these things. Well, when you prove to yourself that you can be successful, then you can't go backwards. And sometimes that's scary because we can all give excuses right now, but like, prove to yourself that you're not going to give yourself an excuse. And that changes the game. And so one of the strategies to overcome that is like literally reflect on the successes that you have in the past, that you have had, and like, how did you get there? Like, how did you get there? Prove to yourself that you did that on your own. It wasn't luck. Like, I sometimes look back and I'm like, fuck, how did I grow this fucking amazing empire with like literally the most amazing females I've ever came in contact with? I'm like, yeah, I busted my ass to get there. Like, I showed up as myself. I hired the right people. I, branded Empower to be what it is. And like, that's not an ego trip because I am not an egotistic person, but like, yeah, I busted my ass. You know what I mean? And so that's also like, it's okay to be proud of the things that you have done. That is okay. I think sometimes people like there is a time and a place or people that like always think they're like up here and like, no, that's kind of bullshit. I think that you have to be humble a little bit, but like you should be proud of shit. Like when I take pictures of people holding the non-scale victory board and they're like, oh, I'm like, be proud of that shit. Be proud of how far you've came in whatever it is. Maybe that's quitting your job. Maybe that's taking a stand in a relationship. Maybe that is eating healthy. Maybe it's going on a run. Whatever it is, like you did that. No one did that shit for you. You did it by yourself. And you should feel damn proud of that. And then once you keep stacking those successes on, you will just become more and more successful because you believe in yourself that you can do it. Number 4. Number 4 is going to be the others' opinions define me. This one I struggled with so fucking bad when I was younger. I vividly remember, so in high school, I was kind of little fucker. Like I got arrested a lot. I drank a lot. I just did a lot of dumb things, but I also didn't care. So anyways, it was very hard to change my reputation, and that's fine, whatever. But like, I ended up moving and going to college at UMKC. And I remember the first time that I came back home, I had a different mindset, like I changed myself for the better for me, not for anybody else. And I remember one of my friends from high school's mom asked me what I was going to college for. And I told her I was going to be an elementary school teacher. And she just fucking laughed at me. I was like, there's no way you can teach kids. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And at that time, it was it like broke my heart. Like that someone, yeah, I don't like that. That someone actually say things like that about me with like how far I came. But then it's like, for me, when people doubt me, it makes me push even harder to be an even better version of myself, because you are always going to have people tell you that you can't. Owning a business in a small town is another thing. Like, people want to see me fail, and I'm not going to, because whatever they think that I should be doing or anything like that, it doesn't really matter. So if you are making decisions based on your morals, your values, then you're not going wrong. If you are not hurting anyone else in the process, if you are staying true to who you are, then that's all that fucking matters. They don't matter if they're people come and go. And if they want to, typically when people have negative opinions of you anyway, it's typically because you are being successful in whatever it may be, your health, your wellness, your business, your personal growth, all of the things. And they envy that because they see that you are becoming a better version. So I almost cried there for a minute. Oh, fuck. I must be getting my period or something. Okay. Okay. So guys, now I am going to, so those are 4 of them. Okay. I'm assuming that you resonated with one, all 4, maybe. I don't know. The first one being, you don't think you're good enough. Second one being is afraid of failure. 3, afraid of success. And 4, caring too much about what other people think about you. So now I'm going to go into 4 different action steps, and I want you guys to try to do one of these. Okay. If you want to send it to me for accountability, I fucking love that. Do it. Even if you're watching the replay, like, hit me up. I want to see it. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. If you want, I'm going to give you 4. They're each going to go with each one of these limiting beliefs. So if number 1 is, sorry, I want to pull this up because I'm such a teacher and I have like all this stuff written down because that's how my brain works. I was a good fucking teacher. I still fucking am. Fuck that person. Okay. I'm the worst. Okay. So if you tell yourself you're not good enough, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, choose one skill or hobby you've always wanted to do, but you didn't think you were good enough to do it, or you didn't think you were capable of doing it. That was literally me last year with the Tough Mudder, and it was me this year with Fitness Wars. I just fucking signed up for that shit. I was like, we'll do it. Let's just do it. Okay. So pick one thing. You might have to think about it, and you don't have to do this one task. I'm going to give you 4. If you choose that, commit to spending 20 minutes a day practicing the skill. Okay. What it does is it's going to help you build confidence. So for example, if you want to be a runner, spend 20 minutes a day on, it doesn't have to be running. It has to be increasing your endurance. Maybe you want to cycle. Maybe you want to run. Maybe you want to walk, increasing your endurance. If it's getting stronger, well, 20 minutes a day of lifting weights. If it is going to the next level in your current job, spend 20 minutes a day learning how the fuck you're going to get there. Ask your boss, what can I do to get to the next level? Every boss, owner, whatever, should have a way that they can excel their employees to the next level. Okay. So find something, 20 minutes a day to figure out one thing that you don't think that you're capable of doing, and spend 20 minutes a day on doing it. That's one thing. Okay. The next one was afraid of failure. So this one is basically comes down to goal setting. So identify a specific goal that you've been avoiding due to failure or fear of failure. So that could also go with that number one, right? You set your goal. So I want to be able to run a 5K. Great. So that's my goal. And so I'm going to prove to myself that I am good enough doing that because I'm going to spend 20 minutes a day on that task. You all have 20 minutes a day, by the way. I just want to let you know that. You have way more than 20 minutes a day. You can't fucking tell me you don't, because I do. And I'm busy as fuck too. Okay. So you're going to basically make a SMART goal. Remember, SMART goal is specific. I can't even spell smart, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. You already got the time-based. It's 20 minutes a day. Okay. Number 3 is I don't deserve success. This is the low self-confidence one. Okay. So the action step would be list three on a piece of fucking paper. Don't do it in your head. When you write shit down, it becomes more real. 3 recent accomplishments, no matter how small they are. It doesn't have to be something glorious, you guys. It doesn't have to be that you got a promotion. It doesn't have to be that you lost 15 pounds. It can be something really small. It can be, I went on my first walk today when I'm typically sedentary. I got out there for 20 minutes. Please don't do that today. It's too fucking hot. Okay. So write 3 recent accomplishments and then reflect on that accomplishment, highlighting the effort that you put in or what positive impact you had on other people when you had that accomplishment happen. Okay. It's acknowledging the achievements. I don't know if any of you on here, maybe Rebecca did, ran the Riverboat Days 5K. You didn't? Oh, Rebecca. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I figured you did. But I know, Rebecca, you probably ran some races this year. And so, that you guys, they can be seriously small accomplishments, anything. Okay. It doesn't have to be glorious. It doesn't mean that you got a fucking medal. Okay. And be proud of yourself for how you got there. Even write down, how did you get there? This shit wasn't luck. You had the discipline in order to do something in order to get you to that success. Okay. Number 4 is the opinions of others defining you. So, this one, and again, you guys, these all kind of go together, but the tasks are slightly different. So you're going to choose an area in your life where you've held back due to fear of judgment from others. Again, this could go with number 1, not feeling good enough. You feel like you're being judged. A lot of the girls that walk in our studio, they feel like they're going to be judged when they walk in. Well, and then they figure out they fucking aren't going to be judged when they walk in. But, fear of how people are going to wear the fucking dress. Fuck it. Wear the swimsuit. Wear, whatever it may be. Do something where you've held back due to someone judging you. And then set a goal to step outside of your comfort zone and work on this. Just do it, right? Whatever that fear is. If you take small steps towards the self-expression of whatever it is, you don't need that external validation. Like, I've been going to therapy for way too long. But like, that's one thing too, is like, you shouldn't need to have external validation. You should be able to feel proud of yourself and what you're accomplishing, regardless of what other people think, because they might not have the same goals as you. Most of the time they fucking don't, unless you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people, right? And if you are, then they're not judging you anyway. And all the other external stuff, it's irrelevant. Okay. So I want you guys to seriously focus on picking one of those things and doing it. Because if you don't start taking the time to do one of these things, you are going to continue limiting yourself on being the best version of your possible self. And you're going to be stuck. And once you start doing these things, you will start noticing more and more, oh, wait, am I not taking the risk because it's a dumb idea? Or am I not taking the risk because I'm fearing success, or I'm fearing failure? Am I not signing up for the race or the, I don't know, event or whatever, because I don't think I'm good enough, or does it not align with my values? Like, these are things that we need to start thinking, and actually processing through and starting to get out of our comfort zones. So that's what I have for you today, my friends. Okay. That was a tough one. Oh, someone's coming back in. Okay. So that being said, if you guys have any questions or anything, as always, reach out to me. Don't forget that you have like a week left to sign up for the back to school challenge if you want to. If not, because you're a one-on-one client or you don't, for whatever reason, you're not doing it, it's cool. I don't know what, as always, I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. However, it's going to be something really good. It might be getting back. I was going to do this week, getting back into routines, but I was struggling myself with some limiting beliefs. And I think that sometimes, actually, I know sometimes when we talk about it, when we talk about also what we're struggling with, it helps us with reflection and being able to get out of that comfort zone, essentially. So yeah, that's what I have, my friends. If you need anything, please reach out to me. If not, I'm gonna go get some groceries now so that I can meal prep, because I did not have a good lunch. I was not planned ahead. All right, guys, I love you. And if you just got on here, I will be posting the replay soon. So love you.